We're back again.
Yes,
Grounded
sir.
Show, episode 133. What it do? We live from the studio. You heard me?
Yeah.
Hey, man, we've been messing around with different locations to film the podcast. One thing led to another. And now with the homie AJ, we got this dope space. You know what I'm saying? Got a nice little vibe, nice little ambiance. Got a little area to cook up. But there's a computer in here. There's like podcast equipment you could stream in here. Obviously,
Yeah.
you see we got the photography studio side of it.
Got the backdrops.
Got the
We got
backdrops.
equipment. I mean, we got everything you need to create content in here. Real talk.
Yeah, man, we definitely gonna drop details on this ASAP. Probably by the time y'all hearing this, but it's been a dope thing to see come together. It's something I talked about with my wife too. We wasn't even planning on talking about this, but when I talked about it with my wife, she and I were kind of like talking about how I've tried to do stuff like this in the past, you know what I'm saying, with different people I grew up with, things like that. And for one reason or another, it always falls apart,
Yeah,
you know
they
what I'm
work
saying?
out.
But it's super dope when you're able to like lock in and line up with people that are actually like
Yeah.
moving the way that you like to move, and you're able to make stuff like this happen, dog. Cause like something that I've been posting about and something I've been thinking about is like you try to do stuff with like the people you came up with, right?
Yeah.
It's
You
always,
always want to.
It's always a thing of like you know, friends from high school, people from your neighborhood, you know, people that was around when you was in your early 20s, you know, them real years where you was finding yourself out and stuff. But it's not in the cards for everybody. Like for example, like I even use you as an example. Like I see you got flicks with people y'all been friends since high school, since before high school. Like y'all been homies since y'all was mad young, and y'all still link up on some like super chill shit, some grown stuff. And I envy that, bro. Like there's like a lot of people that like was real close to me.
Yeah.
That it's like not even possible to do stuff like
Yeah.
that. You know what I'm saying? So it's
And
kind of
no,
like
no. But I want to attribute to that. I want to say there are people who are part of this group that are no longer part of the group, and it's a mind state. It's not really the longevity or the friendships at some points. It's the mind state that evolves with you and the group you're in, and there's other people in that group that just don't evolve in the same mind state. You know what I mean? It's like that's why when you came to me at this, I didn't look at it as like, oh, he just needs someone to help him out with this. I thought of it, how can I turn this into an opportunity for us? And then everything started clicking. There's people who've been asking me, yo, I had people ask me forever, I want to start a podcast. How do you do it? What equipment do you use? And what do you do with this? And what do you do that? I'm like, you know what? This is a perfect opportunity to set people up to do what they want to do that they know that we do, and we can set them up in a perfect opportunity for that.
No, facts. And even like a lot of people don't even have the space to even experiment and try to do the stuff that they want to do. Like you take advantage of that even like as far as like as you get older and better positions and stuff, like even having room to do things.
Yeah.
Like I remember, bro, I didn't have my own room until I moved out, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I shared a room with my little brother till I was a grown high
yeah.
schooler, dog. Like until I moved out of the house, I didn't have my
different.
own room. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you take that kind of stuff for granted, you know what I'm saying?
And no, and that's what like and then another thing about this kind of industry, this content creation industry is like you want to try it out first. You don't want to invest all your money and get in all this stuff and try it out. It doesn't work out for you. So we want to provide the opportunity for you to just try it out. Try it out and see if this is something you really want to do before you blow all your money at it. And I think that's the best concept that we can provide for people. Is this something that you dreamt of, that you had an idea of, that you want to try out? We're providing the perfect opportunity for that. And you don't have the resources to do all of that yourself, that's what we're doing. And I think that's the best concept that you brought to me that it clicked as soon as you told me. And it clicked from the people who've spoken to me about wanting to try this. And I said, I think this is perfect.
Facts. Yo, speaking of resources, dog, you know who had hella resources? The Mafia, baby.
Hey.
Dog,
You've been on your Mafia kick lately.
Yo, so I always been interested in that, right?
Yeah.
But Netflix just dropped like 3 little mini series documentaries about mafia related stuff. Like the first one I watched, it was about the mob in Philly, and them kind of like taking over the city. Then it was about the 5 families in New York and how they got taken down in like the 70s and 80s. And then the third part is John Gotti. Like, it's just focusing on him, which he comes in right after the 5 families get taken down, and he's actually one of the ones that they say killed one of the 5 family bosses to take over and be basically the Don. So, bro, I've always, like I said, always been interested in this, seen, read stuff about it, seen stuff about it. But dog, like, now that I'm older and I'm looking at it from a different lens, like, bro, these dudes was like up until recently, like, really had their hands in like some wild stuff. Like, they had their hands in like so much of the money in New York at the time, bro, that if they didn't get taken down in the 70s and 80s, who knows where their reach would be right now,
how much
bro.
control they would have.
And like, and it even opens another can of worms of like, who's to say that it doesn't have that reach?
That is
you
what,
feel what I'm saying?
That is we think it's history. We think that it's history. How do we know that it's not still existing today and it's just covered up a lot better than they did?
Facts.
They learned from it.
Exactly. How we know they ain't just learn from their mistakes and say, hey, we gonna move like this from now on. I think it was Blacklist, but there was a show I remember one of the guys, like, he was like the head crazy guy in charge of everything, like the one that like ran all the conspiracies and stuff. And whenever they met with him, they would meet on a canoe in the middle of the water, bro, because that's the only place where you can't be surveilled.
Yeah.
So, like, I thought about that. I'm like, bro, I wonder if dudes like that, that's the way that they're meeting now, like only on the water, only discussing business there. You know what I'm saying?
And before we get into that, there's a little spot in the center of the lake where the NBA players meet, where they don't want any kind of attention around them. This kind of places like that still exist today.
Nah, facts, bro. It's and that's kind of like what you were touching on earlier. Like, we make it feel like it's so long ago and they got taken down. Yeah. But it's like, bro, they really just indicted and arrested a few people. And there was even one of the Dons in Philly. The jury didn't convict him of any of the violent crimes. So he only did 11 years and he got out, and he's still out to this day. The FBI is still surveilling him, bro. Yeah. Like, who's to say that he ain't involved in stuff and he's just a lot smarter about it? You know what I mean? Yeah. No, it's crazy, man. And one of the reasons it came up again also is because it's been in the news again with this Chauncey Billups and Terry Rozier. Well, the Terry Rozier thing is not necessarily connected to the Mafia thing.
It's Mason. What's his name? James Mason. I think he played with LeBron and the Cavs. He's the one who's involved with Chauncey Billups. Rozier, he's part of the gambling. The gambling thing.
Yeah, bro. It's insane, bro. It's insane. By now, everybody kind of knows the story, but I'll touch on it a little bit. Ayo, they had these setup poker games where they were using like kind of like sophisticated technology.
Yeah, see-through glasses. The tables will reflect what cards are coming out. Rigged card decks. Like, they were elaborate with the way they, and I kind of got deep into it. So what it came down to is that, and I don't know why Chauncey Billups is involved. I don't even know he's guilty or innocent. Everybody's innocent until proven guilty in the court of law. But what it came down to was he was the one that brought the people into those gambling rings.
He gave it the legitimacy because it's like, they called him Billups.
They called him the face.
Yep.
So it's like you're a run-of-the-mill dude who loves playing poker. Oh, you get an invite to play poker with Chauncey Billups and some NBA players. I'm gonna go.
These old podcasts from not old, but like from like 2023 have been starting to pop up. I don't know if you've been seeing the clips.
Oh yeah, he was on what's his name? The Indiana Colts kicker, Pat McAfee.
Oh yeah. These old clips of these dudes that are professional poker players that were talking about basically playing in games like this.
He said Chauncey Billups' name.
Yep, literally saying that like it was clear that these people weren't that good at poker to just be cleaning everybody out like that. It was clear that it was cheating, but it's like the people involved, bro. What are you gonna say?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think the way they made it feel, and like you said, that professional poker came on Pat McAfee 2 years ago, and said that Chauncey Billups was involved, and he got there. He's like, no, this is rigged. Because like I said, they got run-of-the-mill players who just want to come and play poker with famous people, and they'd win. And it's like, oh, this guy just got lucky.
And then what was that you said earlier about the families that are involved?
Yeah, it's tied to 5 families. 4 families are actually getting indicted, and they're trying to get the last one. And there's actually 34 other players involved, or people in the NBA organization that they're trying to get everybody to crack.
Facts. And they're talking about it's one of the dudes is involved with the Black Mafia family too. So like they're bringing that element into it. Mm-hmm. And bro, like to kind of like put on my tinfoil hat, bro, I feel like this has started coming out because like Trump has a thing with the NBA, bro.
Oh yeah,
the NBA is always trying Trump, bro.
No,
like,
he does.
And the whole league are like very vocal about like at one point they were like the whole league damn near was like anti-Trump. You know what I'm saying? And I know he ain't forget about that, bro. And the way that the season starts, bro. And as soon as the season starts, they wait to show Chauncey Billups on the bench first. And then they're like, bam.
Bro, he has the head of the FBI in his pocket. What's his name? Kash Patel? Mm-hmm. He has him in his pocket. He's the guy who's running this whole investigation. It's not the NBA. The NBA has a certain leverage to question things, but then it's a FBI investigation.
Facts.
So, like we were talking about earlier, wiretap, surveillance, it's shit that's been going on for years, and that they finally... like we said, that Pat McAfee was 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. And now they're like, oh, we got enough evidence to put you in handcuffs after your game and take you to jail. That's how much they have to have credible evidence that says we have 2 years worth of evidence that says you did this and we got you. And now who else can we get?
Bro, this is kind of unrelated, but related. That's an insane thing that I thought about when watching the Mafia thing. Like, the way these dudes was getting bugged. And it's like, bro, like, you literally have to think, like, they could be listening to me at any moment, bro. And they had one of the dudes. No, matter of fact, it was, I think it was Gotti. I'm not 100% sure. But they had him on a wire. He got out of court after he beat the case, went to the spot, and was talking on another wire about, damn, I can't believe they caught me on that wire. I got to be tightened up from now on. Like, they got him on the wire again. Like, because they ended up bugging another spot of his. It's like, dog, that got to be wild being in court and hearing a conversation you had like 2 years ago that you thought you was just talking to your homie in the kitchen or something. And then now they just putting it in front of the world to see, like, what'd you say here, Billy? Like,
and as we kind of mentioned earlier in our personal conversations, we said, like, how many movies do we watch where this shit happens?
Oh yeah, facts. That was another thing I had mentioned, bro. You watch these like shows like Sopranos, the movies like Goodfellas, the Scorsese flicks, you know what I'm saying? And you're like, bro, they making these guys look crazy. Bro, when you hear them wiretaps and watch the footage that they have of these mafia dudes, they be acting damn near exactly like how they do in the shows.
It was influenced by realism. And that's why they don't ever say based on a true story, but all that is based on the true story. Like, these are how these mafia families really act, how they conduct themselves. It's really crazy.
Yeah, it's insane, bro. And it's like one of those things, too, that, like, I definitely could believe it's still around and plays a big hand, but they got to be way more careful,
that
bro.
Chauncey Billups shows it.
Yep.
That shows it. They're running a gambling ring in 11 states with NBA players. Chauncey Billups has a $7 million contract, froze his assets. He'll never get to see that. I don't know if Jordan Mason, I can't remember his name.
Anthony Mason? Maybe,
no.
James
Anthony
Jones,
Mason.
Was it?
No.
The name is escaping me too, bro.
But he's been involved with it for years, and they've been doing this for years. They've been under surveillance. They've been investigated, and these are just 2 players that they know for sure they have evidence on, and not enough to lock them up. And that is what's really crazy.
Yeah, bro. It's definitely some wild stuff, man. like I said, it's just crazy how
that third dude right there.
How the mafia ties come into play, and like you were saying, bro, like they still got their hand in like multi-million-dollar things now, and that's just like one of the things we found out about. Like, so who knows what else is going on, bro?
Yeah, and
but I would definitely recommend those documentaries, bro. Fear City.
Yeah.
I don't remember what the other one's called, but it says something about Philadelphia versus the Mafia, and then the other one is Gotti, bro. Crazy, dog.
I do want to touch on the gambling thing too. There's a specific thing, a specific point that I want to bring up. That there's people like what was his name? The referee who was rigging the NBA, Tim Donaghy. He was rigging the game. Now it's down to players. Players are rigging the games. Is the NBA becoming WWE?
I don't think so. I think it's kind of like how it's always been with sports, and that ties perfectly into something you had mentioned before, Pete Rose, bro. Like they got, bro, they crucified Pete Rose, dog.
That's
and he had to.
That's the word I was looking for. They crucified Pete Rose,
and he had to kind of. And speaking of WWE too, because it also ties in. Like he had a resurgence going to WWE because they welcomed him with open arms. Like he was a good performer there.
Still not in the Hall of Fame.
Still not in the Hall of Fame, bro. Still didn't bet on anything. Like he was betting on his team, bro. Like it wasn't like he was saying we're gonna throw the game or anything like that. Like it's kind of crazy, dog. And it's one of those things where it's like. It's a real shame that he's not in the Hall of Fame, that they talk about him the way they do when they taking all these sponsorships. They had that they were talking about that Chauncey Billups thing on Sports Center and on First Take, and it had the ESPN bet banner at the bottom.
That's
like while they
crazy.
was talking about it,
it's
bro.
It's like pregame provided by DraftKings, a player of the game provided by FanDuel. Hard Rock Bet and like ESPN is blasting odds of over 1 touchdown, odds of the game going over, odds of LeBron scoring 20 points. Like it's riddled with gambling. And you think they're not going to take a little bit of advantage of that now?
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy, man. But man, speaking of problems with the law, man, we're going to take a little detour here, but something that surprised me, but like I'm curious to hear what you think about it, bro.
Yeah.
So it comes out a couple of days ago that Cameron suing J. Cole basically for not keeping up his end of the deal. They had a handshake deal. From what it sounds like, they had like a handshake deal where Cameron will do a verse for one of J. Cole's projects.
He took the whole sample. I'm ready.
Yep. Took the I'm ready.
I'm ready.
He got on it. And the payback, I mean, how they were going to make it...
ends meet.
Yeah, make ends meet with that deal was... Cole was either going to give him a verse or do an interview on his show.
Yeah, it is what it is.
So Cameron said that for 2 years, Cole was kind of like pump faking him. I'm not available.
Dodging him,
And then he just said, F it, suing him. What do you think about that, bro?
I think when Cole came out with the mixtape, and that was the same mixtape where he came out with the Kendrick diss.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'll give both sides. I'm going to give both sides. I'm going to play both sides. So I think Cam wanted kind of the heat that came off that mixtape to follow up with Cole either doing the verse or doing the show. So come off the heat of your mixtape doing that. I think Cole didn't. I think he wanted to stay in the tuck. He wanted to chill. He wanted all that to die down. So he's like, I want to give it time to die down before I come back on the scene on something like that. When I just took
so you think maybe he didn't want to do interviews and kind of be out there during the Kendrick thing?
Yeah, I don't think he didn't want to do it. I don't think he wanted to do it at that. I think Cole didn't want to do it at that time, and I think Cam wanted it at that time.
I get what you're saying.
That's what I think it happened.
Okay,
that's my opinion on it.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. I kind of playing devil's advocate, bro. It's like Cam. So I'm thinking about it like this. J. Cole approaches him about this, I'm assuming, because Cam is not asking him to be on the project or to rap with him. So J. Cole approached Cam. Cam not even rapping at that time. You know what I'm saying? Like
he wasn't. And it is what it is. Wasn't as big.
Exactly. And he wasn't even trying to put out new music, nothing like that. Like, so he's probably thinking, dang, bro, like if you're gonna drag me to the studio and get me rapping and this and that, it better be worth my while. You know what I'm saying?
Especially if you're not paying me.
Especially if you're going to do it on a handshake deal, like trading goods type thing. And, bro, 2 years later, Cam 50, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I was reading that couple people said it online. I seen it on Threads. I think the producer Jake One was talking about it on Threads, if I remember correctly who it was. Basically saying like he's had that happen to him before a lot of times, but he never sued nobody because that would be career suicide.
Yeah.
But the kind of thing with that is like, bro, Cameron is not trying to put out more music, an album, get more verses from people. He don't care, bro.
Yeah.
If he ruins his artist name by suing J. Cole, he's a legacy artist. Exactly. He ain't gonna drop no more hits. You know what I'm saying?
Just do his freestyles on the show. And
exactly. So I could and bro, like the other thing I thought about that was so funny, like we're hearing people's takes is like people want you to be grown until you do grown things. Yeah. Right. Like, what did you want him to do? Get Jim Jones and go give J. Cole a wedgie, bro? Like, they're grown men, bro. He's not gonna he's not gonna just take the L in stride, and he's not gonna like come at him on some street stuff. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna do what anybody in business does. Does that? Maybe it just lets J. Cole know he's serious. Yeah. They can talk on the side,
And I think that's a perfect point. It's because back then Cam was like, all right, I'm going to get the money where the money comes. And now where he has the money and he has the platform, he wants to collect. Exactly. And he's like, whoever owes me, I'm going to collect. And I have means to collect more than violence.
And what he's asking, bro, he don't necessarily want the verse. I think he even said it. He didn't really care for the verse. He would rather have him on the show. But bro, being on the show is you in your house in front of, you set up a little camera, whatever, and that's it.
But I'm telling you this, lawsuit or not, J. Cole's not ever coming on the show.
I don't know, bro.
You think with this news, J. Cole will ever come on the show again?
I think they would go. I think
or not again.
I think he would come on the show and they would talk about the situation and then talk about some sports or something. J. Cole, I could see it because J. Cole is very level-headed and Cam is too.
Yeah, I can see them working it out. He's an athlete. He play ball overseas.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. I think they'll air it out and then talk about some hoops or something like that. You know what I mean? I could see it, bro. I really could. But yeah, man, keeping it in the world of music, man. They had that Gucci Mane interview on the Breakfast Club like a week or so ago, maybe almost 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it was like a week and a half ago.
Yeah, like a week and a half, and it was dope to see, man, because kind of on the same subject of Cam and being grown and stuff. It's like the same thing with Gucci. Everybody want to say he's a clone. Yeah. Just because he's grown now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's grown, matured. Mm-hmm. He even was saying, like, on the show, like, bro, he go to sleep now at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. He just be with his kids, handling his business. Mm-hmm. He's not doing no drugs. Yep. You know what I'm saying? He was diagnosed as a schizophrenic.
Yeah, that's wild.
So that was kind of crazy to hear on the show, like, just the way they were describing the episodes. Like, sometimes, like... His wife was saying that she could kind of like see signs, like little things that like were like cues that he was having an episode, or if he hadn't had his medicine in a little while or whatever the case, and then she would like put like these certain measures in place to make sure like there was no crash out. Yeah, and bringing him back, and it's kind of wild, bro. Like just thinking about something he said that really like made me really think how no. He didn't say it. Kim Kardashian said it about Kanye. Yeah. But he said the same thing. And his wife said the same thing too. Basically, when they would have their episodes and they weren't in their right mind, they would start trying to give stuff to their homies, gold chains, cars. Just when they were having an episode, they would just basically crash out, and the people around them was just like cool with it. Especially when it would give them a benefit. Like if your homie's crashing out and his crash out includes giving you a Lamborghini, how real are you? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Are you gonna say, hey man, don't give me your Lamborghini, you're having a moment right now, you know what I'm saying? You would think anybody's gonna think like that. But when you hear two stories from two different people that they each had like 3 to 5 Lamborghinis each, they gave them to all their friends, and all their friends just took them. Yeah. Like, bro, how do you even like as a grown man like take something like that from somebody that's like like clearly suffering, and you just go about your day, bro?
No, that's what I took away from it the most. Like, if I was actually close to somebody, like these people were close to Gucci, and you give me something like that, I would question you, like, why are you doing this? Like, there's got to be something wrong with you for you to just giving up all these almost millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Like, there's something wrong. Like, why are you doing this? And no one ever questioned that.
Nah, facts. It's, bro, something that like we already know, but a lot of people, they take too long to realize, bro, is that there's not, it's super hard to get around a lot of real people, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it's super hard to like get into like a community where everybody that you interact with, nobody's trying to take advantage of you. Everybody got your best interest, and they're all doing their own thing.
That's
and
a key word, taking advantage, man.
And they're on their thing. They're not hinging on you for anything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's different when like somebody's hitting you up every day trying to make a move, but you have to be part of the move.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's the best when you can kind of, everybody just has their path, and you can help each other whenever it overlaps and makes sense. It happens. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's rough, man. And like, that's why it's not really if that person is down and out and like, oh yeah, I need these jewels or this Lambo because I need to take this money and do something with it. They probably fine, but they're like, yo, I'm taking this.
Yeah.
This motherfucker giving me all this money for no reason. I'm taking it. Those aren't genuine people. And I've been taking advantage like that in my life.
Facts.
People think like, oh, he got it. He could pay for it. Well, still to this day, I know if my homie got me and I know he got it and this is not putting a dent in his budget and he buys me wings, how much for them wings? I'm going to cash app you for $15 for those wings. It's just the principle. And there's people like that who just don't hold that principle against people. And that, unfortunately, for Gucci, is who he had around him.
Yeah, man. It takes longer to rebound from stuff like that when you're not in your right mind and the people around you are like not able to be like a barometer for that. You know what I'm saying?
Not at all.
They're just like, even his lady was talking about like some of his homies that will call her like, hey man, like I gave him some weed, but you know, he really needed it. It's like, bro, if you know he's gonna have a crazy episode.
Yo, shout out to her.
Nah, facts.
Hearing the shit that she had to go through
and still going through and holding him down.
Yeah,
bro.
and hold him down to the point where he was telling you, I don't even like you. And she said, guess what? I'm here. So you gonna deal with me. And if it wasn't for her, and that's why like having even a partner like that. Because if you have your entourage like that, if you don't have a partner like that.
Exactly. Imagine if his girl was like his boys,
bro.
He would have been cooked, dog. He would have been cooked, bro. But yeah, man, we definitely have to mention how we got, and this is the first time I'll be able to use this phrase, dog, so I'm going to feel real hip right now, bro.
We got
ratioed, man.
We got cooked.
We got cooked, dog. We put out that clip talking about, and look, man, I want to, even though we put out the clip in its full context afterwards, right? I still want to like elaborate because I'm not gonna lie, we got cooked, but there was a little percentage of people that was like, I know what you mean, and I agree. You saw there was people that
was like 70-30.
Nah, it was more than that. It was like 80-20,
so?
bro.
80.
If not 90-10, to be honest, bro.
Oh, cooked the most.
Like you cooked.
Oh
versus,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I was giving us a little handicap.
No. We got cooked, bro. But I stand on my original point, bro. And somebody actually wrote in the comments a point that I thought about after. I'm like, yeah, that does make a lot of sense. And I didn't say this originally, but to strengthen my argument, bruh, shows that come after great shows like that, they saw the blueprint. Yeah. They're seeing, okay, this is what they did. This was hilarious, XYZ. They had a big budget, and they were able to take that blueprint and just go crazy with it.
Let's say what it is. And let's lay down what it really is. The clip that was generated for us.
I'm glad you said that.
But we haven't said what it's about yet.
Yeah. So basically, last week we were talking about how Chappelle's show and Key and Peele. Actually, we weren't even going to talk about the shows. Period. We were just talking about a top 10 list of TV shows. Yeah. Key and Peele was on the list, number 6 on the top 10 5-season TV shows, and then I said that Key and Peele, watching it all the way through, it had more laughs. So from just a pure laughs point of view, I thought Key and Peele had more of that than Chappelle Show.
Yeah,
It was
not
better.
the iconic characters, not the iconic
impact.
skits.
And I'm not even saying that that they were funnier.
Yeah.
I'm just saying through the life of the show, and they have 5 seasons compared to Chappelle's really only had 2. Because the 3rd season was just the Comedy Central one that was what's his name? Charlie Murphy and Donnell Rollins hosted. So it wasn't even really something that Dave necessarily did. It was like leftover skits. Plus they were still working through it, you know? But basically, they have 5 seasons, and you still see everyday clips of Key and Peele pull up on TikTok that you haven't seen, bro.
Yeah.
And they're funny. You're like, dang, did they come out with a new? Nah.
And not as much as we see a Chappelle Show.
Exactly.
But that doesn't justify one being better than the other. We're just saying that the longevity of it.
The longevity and anything that builds on the past is going to be better, bro. The same way it was Richard Pryor, then Eddie Murphy was better than Richard Pryor. Then you have people like, you know, Chris Rock, the early 90s comedians, you know what I'm saying? Take
Even
over.
stay off shows, Family Guy, off The Simpsons.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Till this day, I laugh more at Family Guy than The Simpsons.
Yep, because they improved on the formula. They didn't have a bigger impact culturally. You know, they didn't. There's
no Family Guy ride at Universal. It's a Simpsons ride.
Exactly.
We're not talking about that. What are you still laughing at today versus the other? That's
exactly.
it. And the clip kind of set us in
and I wanted to say that, bro, because we use a service that basically just AI generates clips, and like we'll edit them after if they don't do a really good job, but most of the time it puts together the clips pretty well. That was the #1 suggested clip, bro, and it started it halfway through our conversation.
And you said you knew that was gonna happen.
Bro, I knew he was gonna get cooked, but it's like, bro, that's what people want to talk about. That's what people want to see. That's what people want to talk about. They're not gonna care about that clip unless they're like, oh, bro, like these dudes are wilding. And then the people that actually rock with us, that's actually heard what we said, or like actually went and dug and saw the episode and was like, oh, okay. Even if you don't agree, that's cool. But it wasn't the point that y'all thought it was. You know what I mean?
That clip got taken out of content. And if you don't want to watch the entire thing, we get it. But watch the entire conversation so you get the context of it.
Nah, facts.
And then you understand it more. It was just that part of the conversation. And that happens to a lot of people.
Nah, facts.
That is what happens generally in media. All the time.
You remember in The Office when Andy was playing banjo on YouTube and people were sending him mad comments and he would go insane, bro? Yo, if you react like that, you're cooked, because people are just ruthless, bro. Especially when they're no face, no name, bro.
Exactly what happens. Hey, but we take it.
Nah, facts.
We'll keep taking it. Hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
You know what I'm saying? That's what we put this out. We're giving our opinions. We're not saying we're right. My podcast mics aren't given out for free. They're not cheap. This is really expensive equipment. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to give our opinion. You can disagree with us. Get in the comments, disagree with us, and we'll chat with you. That's the whole purpose of why we're recording. We're not recording to say we're right. Everybody else is wrong.
Somebody said something along the lines of like they knew I would have a take like that because I look like a Latino Kenny G.
No, he said like you look like a Latino the Key. No. Whoa.
Oh, yeah. That was another one.
Yeah.
There was a guy that said I look like Latino Kenny G, and then another guy was like, he's only saying that because he looks like Keegan Michael Key.
Keegan Michael Key. That's what he said.
Yeah, bro. People are crazy, dog.
Yeah. We laugh, though. We laugh at
facts,
it. We love
facts.
it.
But yeah, man, since we got AJ here, man,
shout out to AJ.
Yo, I was hooping a few weeks ago, right? Pulled my calf, right? And then AJ be skateboarding. Like I randomly found out because I saw he was sharing some skateboarding stuff in his story, bro. And sometimes when we come to work on the studio or whatever, there's a dope skate park down the street. Yeah. She said, yo, you want to go skating? I was like, bet. We went, bro. I hadn't been in probably 3 or 4 months skating, right? And this is like a mad intimidating skate park, bro. It's like super nice, mad big. Yo, we pull up, there's 7,500 people there, bro. There's mad people at that bitch, dog. There was people skating, people on the sides standing there. I'm like, bruh, damn, bro.
Yeah.
And my calves all tight. I'm like, damn, bro. I'm literally thinking in my head like, bro, I could pull I could tear ACL here, bro. I could end up like Kevin Durant or some shit. I was dumb shook, bro.
If you're going to bail, you got to bail cool.
Nah, facts. If AJ wouldn't have hyped me up, I wouldn't even have like rolled through the ramps or nothing, bro. I was able to, ride through and not fall or nothing, dog. But man, I'm not gonna lie, I was shook, bro. Yeah. When I went home, bro, I was talking to my wife about it. I'm like, yo, we pulled up there, and I told her that same story it just mentioned. Yo, I was mad. I said it a little more animated and with more expletives when I tell it to my wife. But she was cracking up, bro, because she knows how I am too, like with heights and stuff. And bro, that
if there was no one there, it would be different.
Yeah. If there was no one there, I might have tried a couple tricks to see where I was at, you know what I'm saying? But dog, that thing was insane, bro. Yeah. Insane. But the skate park is super dope. And then we went back another time. I'm gonna take my little brother there because my little brother be skating too. And we're gonna link up. Actually, this weekend we're going to the Eustis one, me and my brother, because I'm passing by my mom's to drop off my son there, and me and my brother are gonna check it out. But yeah, man, I've been back on my stretching heavy, the yoga, man, because I'm like, bro, at this point, bro, like that's the thing. Like I used to play ball when I was in high school heavy, right? And then you would always pull up to the parks or wherever, and you would see the older dudes hooping, and like they always had like they going hard to a certain limit, and then they don't give no effort, right? Yeah. And when you're young, you see that and you piss, bro. You're like, yo, I'm out here hooping. And you over here giving 75%, bro. Yeah. Like, I'm trying to hoop for real. Yeah. I get it now, dog. I get it now.
I play softball. You know, you was on the softball team. I play catcher. I do my thing. And there's some plays that come to home base. And I know that I'm going to collide with somebody. I ain't going for that ball, bro.
Nah, you feel me, bro? Because
bro, I'm not going to go head first, collide body to body with somebody. Yeah. At 41 years old. Sorry, Chief.
How am I look with an ACL tear? I'm taking my daughter to school,
I pay to play. Y'all don't even pay me to play. I pay to play. You think I'm going to sacrifice my body for one run out? Nah, Chief.
For real.
Sorry, kick me off the team if y'all want. I ain't doing that.
I'm telling you, bro, that's one of them things that when you get older, you get it. Like, when I was younger, like, even like something like when I was younger, I used to say, bro, there's no way I'll ever get to a point where I'll stop playing ball, bro.
Yeah, you got that.
Bro, I just started playing ball after like 5 years, like a couple months ago, bro. Like, it really just be happening, bro. Like, you think as a kid you got it all figured out? Fuck no, bro. You an idiot. That time thing, dog, like, somebody that's like, like, obviously this ain't like an exact, whatever, but somebody that's 30, that's an idiot, like, just as far as life goes, is going to have a better go of it than somebody that's 18 that's like a really smart guy.
For me, what I tell everybody, what everybody older than me told me, once you hit mid-30s, once you cross that line between 34 to 35, everything in your body matters after that. Because nothing recovers like you ever did before. And then you don't find out until you mess something up, you pull something, pop a calf muscle, get a big bruise on your thing.
I don't like how you did that animation just now,
pop
bro.
A calf muscle.
You look like you was about to pop that thing, dog. I don't know, bro.
I pop both my calf muscles. I pop a lot more than that. But I'm just saying, like, everything pops. Elbows pop, shoulders pop, neck pops. Facts. Everything pops out of place.
Every time I walk by my wife, she says, fake ass knees. Yeah. Every time, bro, because them should just be clicking.
I was showing my wife a workout. I was like, I did this. My knee cracked both times. I was showing crack. She's like, oh yeah, did it crack when you? I was like, yo, shut up, don't worry about that.
Facts, bro. But yeah, man. That's pretty much all we had on the docket for this week, man. I've been super excited with the progress we've been having here in the studio, bro. I'm excited to have this space, like just to be able to have like a home away from home to even like just get creative and get some content done. It's gonna be super clutch, bro. I can't wait till this joint is like completely done and everybody gets in and out of here, yo. Yeah. But
no, honestly, that's what I love about this podcast. I had a podcast in 2017, and I stopped for 4 or 5 years until you asked me to come on this one.
Hey yo.
And hey, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's a good one though. But we do this because we just enjoy doing it. And there's facts. People, if you have that in you, we're gonna provide the resources to allow you to do that. And we're gonna tell you how you can contact us, tell you how we can give you everything you need just to come in here and do something you really enjoy to do.
No, facts for sure, man. Like I said, right by the time this drops, you'll be seeing some stuff on the page with some information about it. And we've been talking behind the scenes and teasing a little on the podcast, like a couple things that we've been wanting to add to the show as far as different elements go. And now that we have this space, it's something that's super doable and it's gonna happen very soon, ASAP. You're gonna see some people that was on here before come back for certain things. You know, we're gonna run back some interviews now that we have a dope space where we could do it in person and just add a different element to it.
It might not be talking, might be someone singing, might be someone rapping, might be someone DJing.
You feel me? So y'all need to lock in with that YouTube page too, man. Because we gonna make it happen, Captain. Stay butter.
Stay it.